I'm reading this story sent to me by a lady saying, I'm writing this because I don't know who else to talk to, and the weight of my regret is becoming physically painful. I need to get this off my chest, if only to serve as a warning to anyone else who thinks they have a supportive best friend standing in the wings of their marriage. It started small. My best friend, Mark, not his real name, had been in my life for years. When things got rocky with my husband, David, not his real name, Mark was the first person I'd call. He wasn't aggressive at first, he just played the role of the objective male perspective. He'd say things like, "You're a queen, you shouldn't have to ask him twice to help with the kids. If I were him, I'd never let you feel like this lonely. I'm only telling you this because I want you to make better decisions for your own happiness." I thought he was helping me find my worth. In reality, he was systematically dismantling my patience for my family. Mark convinced me that setting boundaries meant being cold to David. He encouraged me to prioritize self care over family dinners, telling me that I was dimming my light for a man who didn't appreciate me. Every time David and I had a minor disagreement, Mark was there to blow it out of proportion. He coached me on what to say during arguments, phrases that weren't meant to resolve conflict but to escalate it. I wasn't making better decisions, I was making his decisions. I stopped trying, I stopped compromising. I walked away from a 10-year marriage because Mark made me believe there was a liberated version of me waiting on the other side. The ugly truth is that the moment the divorce papers were signed and David moved out, the mask slipped. The supportive best friend disappeared and was replaced by a predator. Within a week, Mark made his move. It wasn't romantic, it was possessive. He didn't want me to help, he didn't want to help me heal. He had been waiting for the collapse. He admitted it during a drink one night with a smug look that I'll never forget. He told me he knew exactly which buttons to push to make me leave David. He hadn't been protecting my peace, he had been sabotaging my home so he couldn't have me all to himself when I was at my most vulnerable. Now the regret comes in. Now a qui- I sit in a quiet house. My kids are at their father's place half the time, and they look at me with such confusion and hurt. I traded a good man and a stable home for the advice of a man who saw my family as an obstacle to his own desire. I listened to a snake because he whispered what I wanted to hear. And now I have to live with the fact that I was the one who left him. I am the one who let him in. Well, the lesson shared at the end of the post says, be careful of the friends who only ever agrees with your grievances and never challenges you to be a better partner. They might not be rooting for you, they might just be waiting for the wreckage.